Think about a friend or colleague who was once a fixture in your social life, someone consistently present and engaged, who suddenly begins to pull away. The shift is subtle at first. Messages go unreturned for days. Conversations are kept brief and functional. Eventually, an inexplicable emotional distance settles where there used to be a reliable connection. When we observe this from the outside, we often reach for familiar labels. We assume the person is struggling with depression, becoming antisocial, or perhaps losing interest in their peers. It is common to interpret this silence as a sign of ego, assuming the individual now views themselves as superior to the people they've left behind. Yet there is an alternative to the idea that this withdrawal is rooted in negativity. It may be the outward sign of a shift in how that person perceives the world around them. This withdrawal marks a shift in self-awareness, where the individual begins to prioritize internal growth over the maintenance of social expectations. For most of our lives, social interactions feel straightforward. We take words at face value and enjoy the rhythm of a conversation without questioning the motives behind it. As self-awareness increases, the brain employs social pattern recognition, connecting previously unrelated behaviors into a clear map of human intent. Small cues become impossible to ignore. A compliment might reveal hidden jealousy, while a friend's support appears contingent on your need for their help. Once these behavioral patterns become visible, the individual cannot simply choose to ignore them. The mechanics of every interaction are now out in the open. While onlookers might see this resulting distance as a sign of arrogance, the individual is often experiencing a state of cognitive exhaustion. Analyzing the subtext of every sentence, decoding emotional projections, and filtering for genuine connection requires an immense amount of mental energy that a simple conversation used to provide for free. Maintaining distance becomes a practical way to preserve mental energy in the face of constant social noise. Carl Jung observed that until we become aware of what's happening inside our minds, we'll continue believing external events are simply fate. Applying this to others reveals that most social friction is a reaction to internal insecurities. A person who interrupts may be struggling with a fear of being ignored, just as a harsh critic is often reacting to their own unaddressed envy. To the public, the decision to step away looks like a sudden break. Internally, however, it is the result of a very slow and deliberate process of setting boundaries. These steps are taken quietly. The individual stops engaging in arguments with those who refuse to understand them and begins letting go of friendships that only survive as long as they are useful. This use of emotional intelligence protects their mental space by ending the cycle of trying to fix or change people who aren't ready to do the work themselves. Every no delivered to a draining social obligation serves as a quiet step towards securing their own psychological peace. A common misconception suggests that intelligent people withdraw because they find joy in the feeling of being alone or because they have developed a dislike for others. Solitude offers something social circles often cannot, a level of mental clarity that makes the silence feel productive rather than empty. This type of solitude allows the mind to settle. It provides the space necessary to hear your own thoughts, process complex emotions, and finally recharge the mind away from the expectations of others. During these periods, the focus shifts. The individual moves away from the pursuit of external validation and the constant need for social approval. The exhausting question of, how can I fit in, is replaced by a much more grounding inquiry. Does this life reflect who I actually am? This distance represents a move towards self-discovery, creating the space required for an individual to align their daily life with their true identity.